Kuchalo is something that we get to talk about right here on Prime TV, but I don't mean that our guest is born and bred Zambia. She's from Australia. So we want to get have a conversation with her. I'm excited. So that is something that she has done. And I was just doing some research about her, quite very interesting. She has like the shortest time that she has done her music in the career from 2022, now we're talking about 2023, and starting her music in the month that she was born. Very interesting. Kelly, how are you doing?
I'm well, how are you?
I'm all right. Welcome to
Zambia
and on Yatu Vibes.
Yes.
Excited to have a conversation with you.
Thank you so much.
How's it going for you so far in Zambia?
It's going really well. I've been here about a week.
Yeah.
And really enjoying the food, really enjoying the people, very friendly, very relaxed, laid back.
Yeah. So what was the first thing when you just got in Zambia? Like, what was the first thing that you noticed?
Probably the friendliness of the people. I had my manager pick me up, but I had no Wi-Fi, so I had to borrow somebody's phone. Yeah. And the lady was super helpful and really nice. Yeah. I think that was the first thing.
So once again, welcome on the show. We want to get to find out about your music. I was just giving an intro just to get to find out how short your career is, because most in cases we have had people come through on this show, they will talk about saying I've been in the industry for 5 years. I'm not getting amazing feedback, but I'm still trying to push. You started last year.
Yes.
In your birth month.
Yes.
Let's talk about that. How's it been for you so far?
It's been really good. Everything's happened very organically for me, so I wasn't really hustling or planning to do music. I've been singing my whole life, and it was always something that I've done just for me because it brings me a lot of joy. And I've always been a very big consumer of other artists' music. And I became involved in the local African music community, and it was just me saying yes to every opportunity that came up. So yeah, that's how it started.
But how is it going? Any challenges that you're facing so far? Like when you get yourself into something, there's always something that you expect. Are your expectations getting the same positive vibe that you felt like when I start this is going to get me somewhere?
Just learning the hard way, a lot of expensive, hard lessons. I'm now under management, so I don't have to stress about these things anymore, but until recently it was kind of wandering around like a little bit of a headless chicken at times, kind of wanting to share my music with the world, but you know, some people you know are out for other intentions and things like that, and being a little bit naive to the industry. It's important to have a manager, I think.
Interesting. Let's talk about the video that we showed. Getting amazing feedback for a new artist, getting those views on YouTube.
Yes, I'm having a lot of love from Kenya.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of love from
so
Kenya.
is it something that you feel like it needs to be celebrated? But I was just checking out your views, amazing feedback, the comments as well. Someone even commented saying the way you sing, it's effortless, where where we can tell that this is talent, and this we're just forcing. But let's talk about you, like the feedback that you're getting. Is something that you were expecting?
Not really. I didn't have any expectations one way or the other. I really loved the song, and as I said already, that I've been a big consumer of music my whole life. I love music, and so I felt like after I wrote the song, I was like, wow, I like this song. I've done something good here. And I felt like it was almost a disservice not to share it with people, because maybe somebody else would love it too. Yeah.
Let's talk about the streaming platforms in Australia, your country. How's it been for the music in Africa? There's also issues that we have talked about, piracy, something that I know, in as much as we might say it's done and dusted, but people are still getting music for free downloads. In Australia, how's the situation in the industry?
Most people use Spotify in Australia, so Spotify is a really big streaming platform over there. Yeah, so either Spotify or Apple Music, most people are streaming on. We don't really have piracy over there that I know of. Yeah.
But how accessible are you making sure that your music has access to Africans, people that are in Africa?
So all my videos and songs are on YouTube. So I post up lyric videos as well, usually, as well as the music video, and then it's available on all streaming platforms as well.
I was checking out your social media handle, your performances in Australia.
Yes.
Let's talk about those things and also amazing feedback. Let's just break it down for the people who are watching this show right now in Zambia, like all those shows or all those events that you've been getting. How's it been?
It's been good. There's a few event organisers in Brisbane, Australia, where I live, and they're really pushing the Afro community. So they host events that are specifically for artists who are singing Afro beats genre, or even different genre, but just African artists. So it's been really good. It's a little bit quiet because obviously it's Australia, so the majority of the population is Australian, but slowly the Australian people are falling in love with Afrobeats as well. So we're finding that we're getting more and more Australians, white Australians, coming to the events all the time, which is really nice.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You have a thing with Africa. First, the producer is a Zambian.
Yes.
The video was just from showing. The model is from Zimbabwe,
Yes.
let's talk about that right now.
Yeah.
Is this something that you have been pushing as an agenda for a while now? You're trying to gate or penetrate the African continent, your music?
Yes. So I love Afrobeats, which is how I started writing my music to Afrobeats. The model is from Zim because obviously as a white girl I wanted to show my love and appreciation of the African culture, so I wanted to use an African model. And I think a lot of white people, they'll hear my music, I'm talking about Australian people, they'll hear my music and they don't really recognise that it's Afrobeats. But I feel like people over in Africa, they hear my music and they can hear all the influences in there. So yeah, so I try to show that in as many ways as I can. My second video as well uses the main dancer. She is she's French, but she's of African heritage as well. Yeah, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your inspiration, quite very interesting, Fireboy.
Yes.
Let's talk about that. Do we expect you guys collaborating? Have you tried to reach out in as much as you listen to his music or like his music?
I would love to at some stage. I think for now, as a new artist, I'm just focusing on my own music and kind of finding my groove. I'm working on an EP, which will be called Plaything. So I would love to. One artist I would really love to work with is M.I. Abaga. I love his raps. I love his sound. Fireboy, I definitely would not say no. But it's not something that I'm thinking about right here and now. In the future, definitely, I would love to collaborate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Zambia, anything that we should expect? Any collaborations? Like, what is your agenda now? You're in the country. Is there anything that you want to achieve before you go back home?
So obviously my producer, my management and my record label is Zambian. The whole purpose of this trip is just to test the waters out a little bit to see what potential is here if I might move here. So at the moment, like I said, we're just focused on my music, and later on if I decide to relocate to Zambia, then that's when we'll be looking at collaborations.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Still having a conversation with our today's guest right here on Prime TV. Later we should get to our different guests as well coming through right here. Can you tell us what do you think about our music right there, and give us your perspective. Your opinion does matter. Pamene pan Prime TV pa Yatu vibes. That is Nyanja. we should teach you how to speak some local languages. Huh? So when we said Zambia Kuchalo, it's something that we mean that Zambia to the world.
Okay.
It's like a hashtag that's been trending for a while now. I don't know if in Australia you have a hashtag. Like, is there something that can you say something in Australia that's something that Australians can understand?
Like Australia, like the equivalent?
Like you have any agenda that you're trying to push? Because the reason why we have Zambia Kuchalo is because we have been trying to push an agenda of Zambia reaching to the world. We mean music-wise.
Yeah.
So do you have like any agenda in your country as artists?
Not really as artists. I think Australians are more interested in absorbing and learning about everyone else's culture, so it's kind of more the other way around over there. Yeah, which is interesting and nice.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Anything that you wanted to talk about to people who are watching right now? You're welcome, by the way. And we hope that you have an amazing stay in Zambia. Is there anything that you wanted to talk about right in Yatu Vibes?
Yeah, so I've recently signed a one-year deal with Rhodesian Records, which is really exciting. The reason why I've decided to work with Zambian producer and manager is because just the level of skill and professionalism and everything has been really great. So I'm really excited to be in Zambia, really excited to see what opportunities come up here.